Hey guys, okay, I want to jump on here. I've been talking about student loans. If you haven't checked out the playlist, everything student loans, check it out. But I want to give you a tip about how to not get scammed by these third-party student loan companies, right? It's been an uptick in people sending stuff in the mail, phone calls, people getting scammed into giving credit card information, user ID, password information. There are certain legitimate ways that you can pay back your student loans, consolidate your student loans that do not involve these third-party companies. Let's talk about it. Okay, it's unfortunate that there are these companies out here that are looking to take advantage of people. A lot of people are in student loan debt and they don't know what to do. May 1st is coming soon when everybody's student loan payments are supposed to restart. And people are desperate to find some answers, some solutions to the problem that they feel like will be happening starting in May, right? Enter third-party companies who are not legit, right? And what's been happening, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, have been on the lookout. There's been an uptick in people saying they've been scammed. People have been giving them calls saying, hey, we can forgive your loans. Right now, the only official loan forgiveness from the federal government is the student loan forgiveness I talk about on the channel, and there's no other ones right now. And that's for people who work for employees that are federal, the government agencies or nonprofits. So if anybody else tells you they're going to forgive your loans, they're probably lying, right? And I've had people comment on the other videos I've made saying that people have contacted them, they've had a portion of it forgiven from this third party, and it turned out it wasn't. They got scammed. So be on the lookout for people who are not giving you correct information. Hopefully Biden gives a universal loan for student loan forgiveness soon, but as of right now, there's no universal one. So if anybody comes to you and tells you that there is, they're lying. So I know I have right now, my federal student loan servicer is Fed Loans, and I got some paperwork, a few mailings from Navient saying like, oh, your loan can be with us, blah, blah, blah. If you didn't read it correctly, you may have it misinterpreted to say that they've taken on your loans and you have to do something through them, when in actuality it's just an advertisement asking you to come over to Navient for them to service your loans, right? And I think people in their haste to try to figure out a solution may get sucked into other things. Now, Navient is not necessarily one of those official scam companies, right? Because they service federally backed loans, but they also service private backed loans as well, right? And there are other options. So when I mentioned before in other videos, if you have privately backed loans, maybe consolidating your loans to find a lower interest rate may be in your best benefit because you don't have the same protections available to federally backed loans. So I'm not saying that all third-party companies that offer consolidations are bad. I need you to do your research before you get into any of them. Those what I'm saying to you. If you have federally backed loans, you have to apply through FSA, Federal Student Aid, yes. And you can apply for income-based repayment programs, right? You can apply for deferment or forbearance because you have a certain amount of protections because you have a federally backed loan, which is totally different from the private loans, which usually don't have those protections, right? But you have to weigh the pros and cons. You may be able to get a lower interest rate with a private loan, but then you wouldn't be able to be qualified for the public service loan forgiveness because it requires you to have a federally backed loans. So you have to kind of weigh your options to see what's the best one for you, but do your research. I'm betting that 99% of any any student loan company that calls you is not an official company, right? Because those official companies are right now being inundated with people calling them, right? They don't have time to solicit you to do anything. So I would be wary about doing any kind of business over the phone with a student loan company that's calling you. That would be like a red flag, right? And then when you think about it, okay, I'm going to do business with you, never give your information, like your credit card information, for somebody that called you over the phone, right? Because you don't know where they're calling from. You don't know what they're going to do with your information. A lot of times the legit companies will say that we'll never ask for your user ID or password. So if any of these other companies are asking for any more personal information, hang up. You ain't got to explain nothing. Hang up on the phone because they're not legit. And you may be getting yourself into something that will be more of a headache than what you already think student loans are as well. Okay, comment below. Has anybody get any of those mailings, or have you gotten any phone calls now that the student loans are about to restart in May? And what did you do? Did you call them? Did you just rip it up and put it in recycling? What did you do? Comment below. If you've already been victim to one of these companies that I'm talking about, file a claim with the FTC or the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau so that they can investigate it, so that perhaps they can get your money back and also prevent this company from doing that to other people. Because you may be watching this video too late. You're like, oh shoot, I already did that. What do I do now? And freaking out about it. Put in a claim so they can do that. That's what their job is. And I'm glad that we have these agencies that are basically there to protect consumers from being taken advantage of. But sometimes they can't be proactive in everything, right? They can't find it out before it already happens. They can be reactive and kind of go after them and sue them and shut them down and hopefully get your money back or get whatever information that you were robbed of back. So either way, as a proactive or reactive manner, I'm glad that we have those agencies right now in place. Okay, I'm here for you guys. I know May 1st is right around the corner and you probably have building up anxiety for some of you that know that they're restarting over. I'm here to give you some information as it comes out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you know when my new videos come out, and we'll see you in the next video.